All right, let's talk about it. That massive 50-mark proposal. It can feel pretty intimidating, right? Well, today we are going to break down the exact strategy to absolutely ace it. You know the feeling? You open the paper and there it is, this giant question staring back at you. It's got charts, it's got requirements, and a whole lot of pressure attached. So, how do you turn all of that into a guaranteed A? Look, it's not magic, not at all. It's pure strategy. And that's what we're doing today, giving you the complete blueprint step by step. Okay, first things first, we have to understand the game we're playing here. This isn't just about writing something that sounds good. No, it's about hitting very specific targets to rack up those points. So let's look at where the marks actually come from. You've got two big buckets, content and language. And would you look at that? A whopping 34 marks, that's nearly 70% of your grade, is for content. Now, language is super important, we'll get to that, but your number one job is to get the content right. And the key to that, it's all in the data they give you. And that means you need to shift your mindset. For this task, you're not just a student answering a question. Think of yourself as a strategist, a consultant. You're being hired to analyze a problem and propose a data-driven solution. That's the role you have to play. Which leads us right to the heart of the matter and those 34 content marks, the data. Those charts and graphs they give you, they are not just there to look pretty. They are everything. They literally hand you the problem on a silver platter. You just have to know how to read the story they're telling. Okay, so in this case, we've got two key pieces of evidence. On one hand, you have a chart about how prepared students and employers feel graduates are. On the other hand, you've got a chart showing what employers actually need. And when you put them side by side, boom, you see this massive gap between what school teaches and what the real world demands. And let's drill down on the core issue. The data shows that a staggering 1 in 3, not just employers, but students too, agree that university isn't doing enough to prepare people for the workforce. Right there. That's it. That's your problem statement. That's the pain point your entire proposal needs to fix. So what's the solution? Well, guess what? The data tells you that too. Just ignore all the noise and focus on the top 3 things employers are screaming for. Number 1, practical experience at 73%. Number 2, networking, 68%. And number 3, industry knowledge, 60%. These aren't suggestions. These are your targets. Your entire proposal needs to be laser-focused on hitting these 3 needs. All right, so that's the what and the why. It all comes from the data. Now, let's shift gears and talk about the how. How do you write this thing to lock in those 16 language marks? Because believe me, there are some very specific, non-negotiable rules you absolutely have to follow. I like to call them the 3 language masteries. If you can nail these 3 things, you're pretty much golden. We've got the infinitive phrase mastery, the measurable objective mastery, and what I call the paraphrasing mandate. Let's break them down one by one. First up, the infinitive phrase. This one is so simple, but so many people miss it. It's a hard and fast rule. Every single goal, every single objective must start with the word to plus a verb. To create, to improve, to connect. No exceptions. Seriously, it's the easiest mark to get and probably the easiest one to lose if you forget. Next up, making your objectives measurable. A weak objective sounds something like to help students. I mean, what does that even mean, right? It's totally vague. A strong objective, one that scores points, is super specific. It's got numbers. It's got concrete actions. To provide 100 students with one-on-one mentorship sessions. Now that sounds like a real plan. And the third mastery, the paraphrasing mandate. Listen, they put this warning in all caps for a reason. They are practically screaming at you. Do not copy and paste. If you lift phrases directly from the source material, you will lose marks. It's an automatic deduction, no questions asked. So, how do you do it right? It's actually a pretty simple 4-step recipe. 1, grab the original phrase. 2, pull out the main keywords. 3, brainstorm some synonyms for those words. And 4, rebuild the sentence using your new words. So something like connect students with industry professionals can easily become to bridge the gap between learners and industry experts. See? Simple. Okay, so we've got our strategy, we know the why comes from the data, and we know the how comes from those 3 language masteries. Now for the fun part. Let's put it all together and see what this actually looks like in a real A+ answer. We're going to put a top-scoring sample answer right under the microscope. We'll check it against our list. Did it use the data correctly? Did it follow all 3 language rules? Let's dive in and see. And here it is, the proof. Let's run down our checklist. Does it address that 73% need for practical experience? Yep, check. Goal 2 is all about enhancing career readiness. What about the 68% need for networking? Check again. Goal 1 is about fostering connections. Does it use infinitive phrases? You bet. Every single goal starts with 2. Are the objectives measurable? Absolutely. A minimum of 100 students, at least 4 events. It hits every single mark. This right here is the blueprint for success. And hey, even the expected outcomes section follows a simple formula. 2 rules. 1, they have to be complete sentences. And 2, they have to use future tense language. You're not talking about what you're doing. You're talking about the result of what you're doing. So something like, this program will strengthen professional networks, that's exactly what they're looking for.
Okay, one last super important tip. Don't forget who you're supposed to be in this scenario. You're not just you, you're playing a role, the president of the Students Association, and you're writing to the board. That means your tone has to be spot on, formal, professional, and persuasive from start to finish.
So let me leave you with this question. After seeing how it all breaks down, the strategy, the data, the execution, is this really just another assignment? Or is it maybe your first real-world proposal, a dry run for the kind of leader you're going to be? How you see it? Well, that's completely up to you.